a day when Raila Amolo Odinga and William Samoei Ruto, the President of the Republic of Kenya, locked political horns. Who is going to blink first? Because we saw William Samoei Ruto responding to Raila Amolo Odinga. Because you remember yesterday, Raila Amolo Odinga was breathing fire over Cherera 4 because kile ambacho kimetokea ni kwamba the 4 IEBC commissioners are being smoked out of the IEBC. So the process of kicking out had just started, and that is why Raila Amolo Odinga was saying no. And William Samoei Ruto, also in his usual element, responded to Raila Amolo Odinga, and he called him the Lord of Impunity. Yes, he called him the Lord of Impunity. He also referred to him as a destroyer who used the handshake to interfere with or destroy the independent institutions. Again, he castigated, in that tweet, he castigated the Cherera 4. And in response, Raila Amolo Odinga also did not mince any words. And he reminded William Samoei Ruto that the due process of the law must always be followed, leave alone any other thing, and the rule of natural justice must be obeyed. And he went further and told William Samoei Ruto that things are not going to be done as per the whims of the executive, and things must be done as per the law. He accused William Samoei Ruto of using the Jago rule or the Jago law, call it the Jago laws, and accused him of planning to leak the 2027 elections. So unless something happens, I can see this war going very, very far away. I can see these guys fighting. When the world teams, football teams, are fighting for the trophy in Morocco, Qatar, the Kenyan politicians are going for each other's neck. Now, if you're here for the first time, this is Keshi's Kaman TV, the Tourist Money Black Africa. Take a minute to like this video and comment, and you can even share it. It is important to look at these remarks because if you ask me, I've always opined in this channel that if there is something that is going to cause a political volcano or a political eruption in this country, it is the debate about IEBC. It is the handling of IEBC. Na ni vizuri hili jambo liangaliwe vizuri sana, kwa sababu lisipoangaliwa vizuri, lisiposhughulikiwa vizuri, litazua mtafaruko, litawasha moto ambao utakuwa vigumu sana kuzima if what is happening is anything to go by. Raila Ruto war is a dangerous game. Ask any political scientist, he will tell you that this is how major countries fall apart. This is how South Sudan has always been fighting for, where we have the president and his deputy rocking horns. These are strong leaders, if you ask me. In my view, Raila has the people's power behind him, and Ruto has the state machinery behind him. And that's why I'm saying the two are very, very strong and very, very influential. Again, when you look at the instruments of power, they can be used against Raila Amolo Odinga. Lethal power can be used against him. Again, Ruto also, on the other hand, can actually become very, very unpopular because what we have is a president with the support of half of the country and Raila with half of the other country behind him. The blue state is dominant. We cannot deny that. Now, if we go by the pattern of the 2022 general elections, August elections, kile ambacho tunaona ni kwamba kuna mgawanyiko mkubwa sana. Kuna a very big line that divides the yellow and the blue states. And the blue state has always remained very bitter. And if I were William Samoei Ruto, I would have waited and used a different mean to handle this issue. Kwa sababu mwenye kovu usidhani kapoa. Hivyo ndivyo ambavyo ningetaka kutoa kama mawaidha ya busara. Mtu ambaye amewahi kuumwa na nyoka akiona ung'ong'o anaruka juu, because what we have now is IEBC that cannot preside over a free and fair elections. And now here, what we have is that they are fighting for the control of IEBC. Because what we know after Chebukati, who is retiring, his term is coming to an end in January, the vice chairperson, that is Juliana Cherera, is the one who is supposed to take over. And that is why Ruto is fighting very hard to ensure that IEBC is not going to be controlled by Juliana Cherera, because I believe she is going to spill the beans of what exactly transpired. Kwa hivyo ukijiuliza kwa nini hata kabla ya uchaguzi, hata kabla ya the dust settles of the elections, they have been, the war to hold them out of office is already on higher gear. Kuna kile ambacho kinafichwa. There is something that the government is fearing that these people might expose. The other thing is that when you look at Raila is one person who does not actually easily retreat. This man doesn't retreat. This man is also a schemer. This man is a fighter. On the other hand, when you look at William Samoei Ruto is coming out as somebody who is very bitter, somebody who is vengeful, somebody who doesn't easily forgive. Because if I were him, I would concentrate on what he promised the people of Kenya. But when you look at this, you realize that he is losing focus, because instead of focusing on the high cost of living that is facing many Kenyans, mambo ya siasa ndio ambayo sasa yanapewa kipaumbele. Mambo ya siasa hayataweza kusaidia sana wa Kenya. And what we have is that the Blue Nation still believe, and rightly so, that Raila was rigged out of these elections. And even the 4 IEBC commissioners believe the same, because one of them was actually the ICT person, who was the chairperson of the ICT. So he knew what was happening here. So the danger that is confronting this country is real. And I think we are in a danger zone. If this is going to continue, if something is not going to be done, if Parliament doesn't stop this process, which in my view is wrong in the first place, they are going to light a political fire. They are going to light a fire which will be too hard to put off. Jambo linaweza kuonekana likiwa nyepesi, but once it starts, inaweza kuwa gumu sana. I think our parliament is one of the national assemblies, one of the many parliaments that we have had in this country, full of very incompetent people with very little knowledge about statecraft. Na tunaweza kuona kwamba wanaweza kuitumbukiza nchi hii katika maangamizi, katika hatari kubwa sana, na ni vizuri wajue vile ambavyo wanafanya. Again, already the political temperatures are very high. They are at a boiling point. Kwa sababu when Raila Amolo and Ruto are talking, you can see the tone in the whatever they are writing, because you can be able to tell the tone. You can be able to tell the tone of the author of the tweet. Again, people are getting scared. Investors will also get scared. And again, Ruto must stop interfering with the independent institutions. Although he is saying that it is Raila Amolo Odinga who is interfering with independent institutions, if you ask me, it is him who is interfering, because IEBC, the rules are there. Kile ambacho kinafaa kufuatwa kipo bila kulazimisha watu na bila hata kuingilia, because as things stand now, even if our National Assembly was to continue with the process, if Jaila was to continue the process, definitely Cherera 4 cannot have a fair hearing, kwa sababu already the judgment has been passed by none other than the president himself. If not properly handled, this issue can get out of hand, and amani inaweza kulinganishwa na ndege. akiponyoka kumpata ni vigumu sana, harudi. Hivyo ndivyo amani ilivyo. When Said Barre ran through Kenya, because wakati michafuko ya kisiasa ilitokea Somali, alitorokea nchini Kenya, and I think, if I'm not wrong, it was 1992 or 1993, if my memory serves me right. And since then, Somali has never known peace. So let us not take the peace that we're enjoying for granted. Let us have a president who is going to unite this country. Let us have a president who is the president of all, not a president of the few. Because even in Terera 4, people who did their work in the best way they knew how. Kwa sababu ukiangalia hata wale wabunge ambao walichaguliwa kupitia hawa watu, even the president himself. So people don't have to agree on everything, and our differences should be our strength. I don't know what you think, but that is Gashi Skyman Tech. And please remember to subscribe to this channel if you have not, and like this video, and you can even share it. And may you have a blessed night. Till next time, bye bye.